from the Woods. I'm your host, Leanne Kay. Today we've got with humans
Yeah.
Hello, Jackson! Woo!
And we also have with us today on our talk show, Lonnie Motion!
Do it, David.
We can't start that.
Do it, David.
What's up, yo? Anyway, guys, I'm glad to be back. Woo! Feels like ages since we've done a talk show, guys. Oh my gosh. Yeah, by the way, John went to the Big Apple the last couple weeks. That's why we didn't have a talk show. So we're glad he's back for the Big Apple, right?
Yeah, buddy!
Anyway, I have a few things I want to say before we get started with the weekend forecast and the weekend events. I want to give a big welcome back to Stephanie Kane, who came back from her vacation yesterday. Bring us, Stephanie Kane, show yourself out there, girl. Also, I want to say something else to you guys. Anna, or who Mike Allison calls Emma, had a new baby, so we want to say congratulations to her.
Big time congratulations, Anna!
She's not here with us, but I want to give her a big shout out. She's officially a mom now, guys, so that's...
Yeah! Give it up!
I'm happy for her. I'm so happy for her. And yesterday, me, Billy, and Sarah Stacy, who goes to NPI, we all made her a sign for her that said that we are so happy for her. And yeah, I'm hoping to see what Emma's going to say when she gets a sign from us. But anyway, another scorcher, I'm afraid, guys. This week and all the way through next week. I mean, today's going to be 86, the low 64. But I tell you what, it sure is going to feel a lot hotter. The humidity is still in the air, guys. Gladys said something funny earlier. She said it's like a steam bath. But, you know, it's funny. Yeah, it's literally like some meteorologists say it's air you can wear. You know, basically because of how humid it is. But then the high 84, 86 today, low 64, and then mostly sunny. And then the high both days, Saturday and Sunday, 91 both days, and Saturday night low 69, and the low 70 on Sunday. And the rain chances return next Monday and Wednesday. But in between them 2 days, there'll be mostly sunny skies. However, there is a chance of pop-up storms, but it's not going to be a total washout every day next week. But there's a chance of pop-up storms next week. And also for those, if you know anybody that lives up in the New Orleans or Louisiana area, give them a call because Tropical Storm Barry is likely to turn into a hurricane over the next couple of days. Last night at 8 p.m., the advisory showed winds at 45 miles an hour moving west, or west-southwest at about 3 miles per hour. So it's pretty much stationary. And yeah, they had a lot of stuff going on with people sandbagging and everything. So yeah, just thought I'd let y'all know. In 3 weekend events, y'all ready for this? Yeah. All right. The 3 weekend events. The weekend workout. Washington Park tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Free to the public. And also the Water Lantern Festival at Eden Park tomorrow night at 6 p.m. And also the one that I always like to tell you guys about, the pet adoption event, the dog adoption event going on tomorrow at Florence PetSmart from 11 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. And just see site for the details about the Water Lantern Festival and the PetSmart thing, because I don't know how much it's going to cost for both of those, but you can always see the sites for details. And I want to give a big thanks to everybody for coming in today and sending it back to Leanne. Have a great one, you guys. I love you all.
Well, keep that in mind. Now, put your hands together for one
Tomorrow night, I think tonight, boy, 13 at Chicago, 5 a.m. 5 a.m. 7 at 8 p.m. Cover Church for FC. Be home for next Thursday at 8 p.m. in the home next Sunday at New Egan at 6 p.m. Baseball Church. Where's all is today? Where's all 41 and 46 at Rockies? 44 and 45 and 40. Tomorrow Westwood at Rockies 8 10. Where's Rockies Sunday at 10. Come to the full West. It will be on the road 2 weekends at Chicago Cubs or 2 games, 8 or 5 games. And 1 game be to 20 p.m. And that's Friday. So that's Thursday to Sunday. The bay at home with condos. 2 games, something. Sunday it will be 110.
Let's stick together.
So there you go. Our star game was on today. Destiny was lost to it for to make a league. That for sports. You go back to the end.
We have a special dance with us on the parade form upstairs. Let's say hello to COVID. Nice to see you back on COVID.
Nice to see everybody here. I'm so honored to be a part of your show today. Thank you.
I've got a question. Do you ever say something sweet?
Yes.
Because the reason I say this is because they've got a little puppet, or whatever that her name is Josie, and she's got Down syndrome, and and whenever she hears noises like a fire drill or something, she always covers her ears like this. Oh, too loud. And
Julia has sensory issues. Yes, that's correct.
so, you or her mother, would you take her to it and give her some special?
I absolutely would. If Julia was my daughter, I'd take her because I take my son Winston here for therapy for his autism and his sensory issues. Yes. Thank you.
Now let's get to the quiz.
All right, I'm ready. I'm in the hot seat.
Wait.
Right? It's hot out, right? Right, Brother Man?
Yep.
All right.
What do you do for a living?
I am a stay-at-home mom of 3 boys. My oldest son is Colston. He'll be 13 on July 30th. And then Winston, who attends Redwood, is therapy here. He's 10, and Langston just turned 8. So I'm really busy with them, for sure.
Okay, number 2 questions is you have a son with autism. Can you tell us about it? What made you first notice that something was different about him?
Absolutely. I believe that I think it was really early on when he was like 3 weeks old. I felt like I was holding him and I was looking at him and we locked eyes, but then I felt like he was like looking through me, So I had a little moment of doubt there, but kept trudging on. And then it was about really between 15 and 18 months when he wanted to talk so bad, but he couldn't. But we had I know you guys are probably all close to your parents, your caregivers. They know you the best, and I just knew something in his eyes. He needed help, so I just got started on the journey right then. And we found out he was autistic when he was about a little over 24 months old, around there.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, it's good to find out early. Early intervention is key.
That's good to know. Question number 3 says, how did you first feel when he got his official diagnosis?
Well, it was really hard. I felt like I was galloping on a horse and fell off and got the wind knocked out of me. It's hard. But you have to stay positive in life, and I had other kids, so, you just got to get back up and pick yourself up and keep going on. And it's not easy, but you just have to equip yourself with knowledge and learn all you can to help your child. So it wasn't easy, but we're good. We're here today. So.
Yeah, that's good. Children come first.
That's right. Children come first.
I come first when it comes to my mom, me and my mom.
Good.
Number 4 question is, how did you first hear about Redwood?
How did I first hear about Redwood? Well, I am a lifelong Northern Kentucky resident, so I always knew that they helped members in the community. And really, when I realized that upon Winston's diagnosis that he would need long-term therapy, there really was no other choice for me. I feel like Redwood is really where my heart is, and I've never strayed. Yeah, we've been a part of Redwood for going on 7 years now. Yeah, awesome sauce, that is. That's your catchphrase. I love it. I love it.
Now, for first question is, what kind of therapy is your study? We see you at Redwood.
Winston receives occupational therapy and speech therapy here at Redwood.
Could you please tell us a little bit about what occupational therapy is?
Yeah, so occupational therapy goes back to Julia, from Sesame Street with her autism. It helps kids with sensory issues and how to cope, and also really ties in to speech because he's co-treated. So in one day, he'll see 2 therapists in a span of 1 hour, and they really kind of cross into each other. But Winston, one of his biggest things is social thinking, like how to talk to people, initiate conversation, and just to understand people's feelings. So occupational therapy spans from his stemming, helping him find coping mechanisms, all the way to how he interacts with others.
Very nice. Now, question 6 is, how has he gone since starting his therapy season?
Wow, how has he grown since starting therapy at Redwood? Exponentially, huge. He is doing so good. He is going into the 5th grade. He has found a love for the sport of bowling. Any bowlers out there? You like bowling?
Oh, yeah.
I bowl.
You bowl too? Winston loves it.
I go to sports of sort.
Yes. Yes. So, and he recently got an award for K-Prep testing. He got a bronze medal in reading. He's reading at grade level, and he is just so grateful to have gotten an early start. And he's the sweetest kid, and he's super loud like me, and super outgoing, and it's all because of the love of Redwood, and of course, the advocacy of Mom.
That's nice to hear, because sometimes when people have autism, they do not usually talk like Julie, they would usually do and call and not speak to you. So that's fascinating.
I know, I'm glad that he got my talking gene, because I talk a lot. So, I'm so happy for Winston. He never has a lack for words, and for the kids out there with autism that, want to talk, people will keep working with you, and your parents will keep caring, and you'll get there. So don't give up. Keep trying.
Okay. That's good to know. Now, what's this one is, what is a typical day like for him?
A typical day for Winston?
And you at home.
Okay, at home. Well, during school, he likes, a routine. Who likes a routine in here? I know. So during school, he wakes up, goes to school, comes home, does his homework, But we won't talk about school because it's summertime, right? So in the summertime, Winston has to work harder than, as hard as you guys do, but harder than other kids at his school. So during the summertime, minus therapy day, I just let him be a kid and do what he wants to do, not poked and prodded, not pushed to do this, but just be a kid. So he's always running around, swimming, fishing, playing basketball if he wants to, whatever he wants. Summertime is free time for him.
That's nice. I wish I could do stuff like that. Now, question 8 is, what do you think is his biggest accomplishment so far?
Winston's biggest accomplishment so far is, I think, finding the confidence and the perseverance to keep working hard. He really is a rise to the occasion kid, and I think that with all the support he has, just the growth, knowing that he can, not letting autism define him, and that he can go far as hard as he works. So that's the biggest accomplishment.
Are you married?
I am married. I've been married for 15 years. Can you believe that?
Sure. Your question. Does your husband do?
He works for his family's construction company, and they're 4th generation. So it's been going on for a long time. Cobbage Construction.
Very nice. Okay. Now I'm wondering that how has your life changed since you become the mother of an autistic child?
I think there's been bad days and good days, but overall, I think I've learned to just stay positive, and I've learned to be an advocate for Winston, and so I think just taking things day by day. You guys know how that is. You have good days, you have bad days, and just sticking with it, and I think my life has changed the most because I can confidently say that I know now how to advocate for my child. So I am an advocate.
Let me ask you something. What is an advocate?
An advocate is somebody who will step up for you, whether it's an adult caregiver, a brother, sister, grandparent, and they look out for your needs. They, for instance, go to Winston's IEP meetings. They're hard to understand sometimes, but it's just somebody that will show up and be your voice if you're not well versed enough to talk about something or you don't have a voice. So that's my definition of an advocate.
Question 10 is, how do you see your son's future? Where do you see him in life?
I see Winston's future as bright as the weather forecast. Thank you. Yeah, so I see Winston going to college or learning a trade, living independently, hopefully getting a girlfriend. These are a mom's hopes, and just being a functional, wonderful member of our society. So I feel like if I raise him to be a gentleman and have goals and try hard, that's all I want for him in life.
Do something it might be personal again. Where did you go on your honeymoon?
Personal question. Okay. I like this. Good job. Okay. So we went to the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. That's where I went for my honeymoon. Punta Cana, yes. It is a beautiful destination. Good question. Punta Cana was beautiful, and it had the ocean was pretty rough though, if I recall. It wasn't a long time ago. But yeah, gorgeous place. I definitely visit. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. We want to open the
Questions from the audience.
We want to open the questions for the audience. Remember, you can only answer 3 questions.
3 questions from the audience. Do you want me to go up to them?
No, you are.
Go ahead,
Gladys, come on up here. Got a question?
Gladys got a question.
Give it up for Gladys, everybody. Hi, Gladys.
The question is, what made you decide to come to Redwood for Wednesday?
I chose Redwood because it was actually my very first decision, but really what sealed the deal is, do you guys know Peggy Farmer?
Yes.
So I didn't know anyone in the Redwood community at the time, and I called your secretary here at the time and asked to be connected to the head of therapy, and Peggy answered. She had answered all my questions, and just a few days later, she was sitting in my kitchen explaining to me what Redwood could do for my child, and she really just handed me a hello, and I'm sure glad that I chose Redwood.
I'm glad I got to meet you, and I'm glad your son Winston thought a lot about me and them.
Gladys, I'm a big fan of yours, and thank you.
You're welcome.
Way to go, Gladys! Woo! All right, Gladys!
I got one. Cody. Cody.
Come on up.
Come on now.
Free, everybody.
What's his option? Tell you what he wants and you.
Well, for a while, when Winston couldn't talk, he couldn't. So I would take this and say, do you want a cup? Do you want a food? I would name everything. So hoping one day I would get a response. And I became like kind of a robot until one day he's like, milk, water. So for a long time, it was just me saying it over and over and over again until he was able to verbalize it. So we tried sign language, that really didn't work. So I just really kept at it and just named everything we did together and everything I gave to him.
It's kind of like my cousin.
Yeah, okay. She has a cousin with autism too, everybody, so she knows. His name is Ethan.
Yeah, he's older now. He didn't worry. The
what I think you should do with Ethan is just keep learning about autism and how you can help him, so maybe he will get to speak one day. So thank you so much.
Do you, one question?
Anybody else have any questions? Yes. Oh, I don't know, you choose.
You, that lady says your hand. Your hand.
What's your name?
Mike.
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 Come on up here, Mike.
All right, Mike. All right, Mikey. Mikey.
Give Mike the mic.
Give Mike the mic. I love it. I love it.
Michael Elliston.
Michael Elliston. Yep.
What's the question?
What's your question, buddy?
What do you do that he can't play baseball? What do you do? Play baseball. Play baseball. Play baseball.
There you go.
So actually, I'm glad you asked about baseball, because Winston tried to play baseball and he did really well. He's left-handed, so he's a left-hand batter. He got to first, pretty easy. My dad made us all left-hand batters to give us the advantage to first. But anyways, team sports don't really work well with Winston. I think it was too much. Remember we talked about sensory and just too much going on. So he's more of an individual sports guy. So he's probably going to stick with bowling. So very good question.
Good job, Mikey.
Sometimes what do you have today? I want to thank Big Cat.